It's your favorite auntie uncle. It's your favorite goddess king. It's your favorite pirate captain. It's your favorite hood healer, high priestess, motivational dominatrix, lady speech in the place to be. And I want to welcome you to this Sunday service. Sunday service, soul food and spiritual tea session with Lady Speech. It's good to be here with you on this Sunday. It's good to give you this good word on this Sunday. It's good to give you this divination on this Sunday. Welcome to your collective reading. Welcome, welcome, one and all. Thank you so much for your patience. This is the 909 reading, and I'm here at 9:13, but that's neither here nor there. We are all on time. If you are seeing this reading live and you are catching it at the beginning, you are right on time. If you are catching this reading in the middle, you're right on time. If you caught this reading at the end, you're right the hell on time. If you're catching this reading on replay, you're right on time. If you're catching this reading months later, you're right on time. If you're here, there's a message for you. So, good morning, good day. Good morning, good day. Happy Sunday to everyone. I want to thank you for that super chat. I'm not even through the intro yet. And you already hooking it up, Ray the Tray. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for that reciprocity. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. So for you newbies, I'm going to explain how this goes. For you OGs, you already know. Use this time to get comfortable and grab all your accoutrements. Grab all the things you need to get comfortable. Grab all the things you need for this reading. Some of you like to take notes, get your waters, get your yoga mats, do what you want to do, get your earphones. Okay. For you newbies, listen up. I'm going to explain the process. All right. First and foremost, this is a reading. This is a divination. All right. I am a priestess. I am a healer. I am all of that, darling. I am a lot of things. And I'm going to give you some spiritual guidance today. I'm going to work with the spirits to lead us through the week, to give us some energy to move through these days. All right. Days be trying as hell. We live in some interesting times. So the first part of this divination is number one, this affirmation box, in no particular order. This affirmation box, this box is filled with affirmations, lyrics, quotes from songs and the Bible and the Quran and poems and different things to make us feel good, things to make us think, things to make us go deeper into ourselves. I'm going to pull at random from this box here, and we're going to engage in a call and response, okay? I'm going to call it out. I'm going to say the affirmation. And I want you to say the affirmation out loud. Even if you have to whisper it. If you can shout it, if you have the space in the room to shout it, then do it. If you can just say it with your chest in a regular inside voice, then do that. If you gotta whisper it, then do that. If you gotta say it in your brain, do that. But I'm gonna pull at random from this here box of affirmations and things, and we are going to get to affirming ourselves and thinking about some stuff. We're going to use our language to affirm ourselves. Next up, we have the cards. This is a divination. This is a reading. So we're going to be working with the gold Lyre deck. We will be doing a tarot review on this deck soon. We're also going to be working with the Goddess Oracle deck. We're also going to be working with the, what is this one? Seasons of the Witch deck. And we're going to be working with the Ancestors and Angels deck. Like I always do, baby, I'm going to make sure these are listed in the comments, not the comments, but the description when I post this video. All right. Now, those are the cards. Y'all know I'm always surrounded by at least 10,000 Loa, the Orisha, my spirit guides, my ancestors, at least 10,000. But when I do these readings, I like to bring my rock friends. Let me introduce you to my rock friends, baby. This is a Super 7 rock friend. It's got 7, like amethyst and quartz and hematite and some other things in here. This is a Super 7. It's got a lot of different crystals in it. I like this one a lot. It's one of my favorites. But you know what? I get on here every month, every week, and be like, this crystal that I have in my collection is my favorite. Every crystal in my collection is my favorite. Every single one of them. This is my favorite though. I love it. I love it. Super 7. So this right here is doing a lot of work with me and for me. Okay. A lot of protection, a lot of elevation. Just we working over here. Next up, I want to introduce you to my strawberry quartz skull mini lady. Her name is Claudia. Claudia. This is my strawberry quartz skull. I love her. Me and Claudia gets to doing some work, baby. She might be small, but she's mighty. Just like me. Just like me. Just like me. Small but mighty. Y'all be thinking I'm like 6 feet tall. And I appreciate that. In real life, I'm 5 foot. My government height, I should say, is 5 foot. My government height is 5 foot. I'm 20 feet tall. So you're not wrong. I am tall. My government height is 5 feet. And I'm small in stature, but mighty as hell. Claudia. Strawberry quartz. I love her. Next up, we have my crackle quartz to keep away the negativity, because there's a lot of you who watch me because you like me, you appreciate what I give to you, you're here for the messages, and some of you like to hate watch people. I don't understand that because I don't do that. I'm also neurospicy, so shit like that don't make no sense to me. But do what you do, go off, but this helps me keep the negativity at bay. I do other things as well to keep y'all's bad evil eye away from me, but also the crackle quartz helps as well. Now that you know what's up, let's get into it. I got my beverage today. We've got a spicy water. This is not sponsored, but I do got my little spicy water, aka sparkling water. I love tea and sparkling water. It's great. It's good to me. I love it. Are you ready for your reading? I'm ready to give it to you. Feel free to comment, keep it cute in the comments. You know, if a troll shows up in the comments on some racist or misogynistic things, misogynoirist things, go ahead and tear them apart, unless I get to them first, and they're just going to be deleted and blocked. Otherwise, do what y'all do. Take care of each other in the comments. We are all experts here on something. Yes, I'm here to give you your spiritual guidance for the week in the Sunday reading, but also trust your own wisdom. What I love about these Sunday sessions is that we take care of each other. I appreciate that so very much. Also, on a house cleaning tip, we're going to pass a collection plate, baby. I appreciate Ray the Tray for initiating that. First and foremost, you can always send me a super chat. You can always send me a super sticker. And I welcome that Cash App, which is LadySpeech, that Venmo, which is LadySpeech Sankofa, that PayPal, which is LadySpeech Sankofa at gmail.com. Thank you for showing reciprocity and reparations for this labor, appreciation for this labor, acknowledgement for the fact that this community's spiritual labor is in fact that. And it is a pleasure and an honor and a calling to give it to you. But also, reciprocity is key. Take care of those who take care of you. Take care of those who entertain you, who bring you joy, who bring you good medicine with their laughter, who educate you, who make your life better. Buy their things, support their art, and put money in their pockets. Share their work. You know what to do. All right, let me check in with these comments. If you are an OG here, you done seen at least 3 of these readings. If you've been at these lives a few times, if you've been watching my content for a while, if you've been following me on different platforms for a while, go and reminder, I'm not on Instagram right now. I'm fighting for my original accounts back. But I'm not on Instagram. Anything that you see from anybody on Instagram is an imposter. Scammer. Okay? But you OGs, put a green or yellow heart in the comment. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. That's for the newbies. I'm slipping. For the OGs, put a purple or a blue heart in the comments. Or a butterfly. For you newbies, you put a green or a yellow heart or a caterpillar in the comments. If you are new here, if you haven't been here for but 1 or 2 lives, if you are new to this content, if you stumbled up in this room, if you're new here, put a green or yellow heart in the comments. Or a caterpillar. Let me see them butterflies. So many OGs in the building. I appreciate that. Y'all be rocking with me. I appreciate all of my folks. Y'all be rocking with me. Oh, Jenny G, thank you, baby, for that super chat. I appreciate you. Yes, I do. All right, now we're going to get into it. You see, I'm taking you on a tour of my crowns. This is one of my crowns. We've got the crystal quartz in the building with the half moon, the crescent, not the half moon, but the crescent embellishment. I happen to love this crown. I love all my crowns. I love crowns. I'm a Libra. I'm a little extra with my shit. All right, now let me check in with these comments and we're going to get started. I've been threatening this reading for a while and we're going to actually get into it. Good morning, Grand Rising to all of you. Arc of Self said, oh my God, I'm so glad I finally get to able to catch you live. Yes, baby, you are here. We are in this place to be. Good morning. Happy Sunday to everyone. It is good to see you all. It is good to see so many new people. It is good to see all of my OGs in the building. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now let's do this. We're going to begin with the Gold Lyre deck. And I am definitely going to be doing a tarot review on this deck because it's beautiful and I love it. And y'all deserve a review. So stay tuned for that. The Three of Wands comes up first. And this baby is a lot of things. Number one, it's good things. Dreams coming through. Goals manifesting. Wants and desires, spell work that you've done for your prosperity, to gain knowledge, to get into schools, to get a better job, a promotion. That's gonna work. There's a love life. There's a lot of good things coming down the hatch for a lot of us. But we need to have a moment. We need to have a moment to see what is reality, what is in front of us, what is the reality of what we desire, what we want. Making sure that the goals that we are going for, the things that we are pining for, the things that we are working for are in actuality what we want, first and foremost, what we need, what we desire, what is most best for us, our situation, our path, and our purpose. Also, a lot of us need to check in with the reality of where we're at. The biggest hindrance to making your dreams come true, your manifestations happen, your goals being 100% met, oftentimes is our refusal to see and accept where we're at and what's in front of us. It is work to manifest making your dreams, your goals come true sometimes. Luck is definitely random forces at work to help you. Also, luck is something that you walk towards, that you pour into as well by putting yourself in the positions where luck would be most potent, if that makes sense. Three of Wands is about good things coming, but Three of Wands is also about seeing the reality of where you're at and acting accordingly. As you're working to make your dreams, your goals, your wants, these things come true, recognize where you are at with that. Recognize your faults. Recognize that even in walking towards your dreams, your goals, and desires, there will be challenges. Being on the right path when you're walking your path doesn't mean that it's always smooth sailing. There's a lot of people who think that. No. In being someone who has walked their path, I can tell you that there have been parts on this path that are rocky, that are unpaved, that are gruesome, that are uncharted territory that I have to hack my way and form my own trail through and to. Sometimes that is necessary. Most times when you are presented with that part of the path, when you're walking your path, that part is necessary in order for you to make it where you gotta go. There's a lot of good things coming down the hatch for a lot of us. It's time to not get lazy about it, though. Do the work around what you gotta do. Meet it halfway. See where you're at in reality. See where you might be starting to self-sabotage yourself. Put yourself in check. Address these things at the root. Address self-sabotaging. Address a lot of things at their root. Because Spirit wants to make some things happen for you, honey. Make sure you're not standing in your own way. We've got the Lovers, darling. Now, the Lovers card is oftentimes about love, but it is not always about love. This is about partnership, baby. Business partnership, spiritual partnership, all the partnership, okay? So, here's the thing. Whether you are dealing with a lover, whether you're a potential lover, a potential partner, whether you're dealing with a potential business partner, whether you're dealing with a potential mentor mentee situation, teacher, student situation, you need to make sure you're stating your needs out loud and clearly to yourself and to them. Make sure you understand what it is that you need. Make sure you understand how you learn best. Make sure needs to be a reciprocal situation, honey. And make sure you are listening and asking the questions of others about what they need and what's going to make them thrive, what's going to make them blossom, what's going to make them bloom. The Lover's card, good communication is needed, reciprocity is needed, partnership and balance is needed for good partnership. Are you giving? Is it giving? Is there balance in your partnerships? Business to romantic. Are you stating your needs? Are you in a partnership in a situation? Excuse me, that's that spicy water. Are you in a partnership or a situation where your needs are not being heard, where you don't feel free to state what your wants and desires are truly? You gonna have to look at that. When we think of building village, and we all need to be thinking about building village at this point in the game. We all need to be thinking about building community in this point in the game. Reciprocity is key. Are you offering reciprocity, but also are you demanding reciprocity? Are you stating your needs correctly? There's a lot of us who are in unfulfilling relationships. And yeah, the partners that we have maybe not be the best, but did you actually state what you need? Some of you are expecting your partners to be superhuman and be mind readers, and that is absolutely unrealistic. This is not an after school special. This is not a TV series. This is life. Step your communication up. Spiritually, also, this is a thing. Let me tell you something. I am on the road to initiation. I am walking my path in voodoo, and one day soon you will address me with my official title of Mambo. Not yet, but soon. I am in service to my Loa. I am in service to my spirits. I'm in service to a lot of my deities. Spirit is my dom. That merchandise is coming out soon. But please know that there are things, there are tasks that are sometimes asked from me from spirit, and I have to honestly assess where I'm at. And I gotta say, hey, I hear ya. That's not happening right now. I'm not. That's not where I'm at. And spirit and I have been like, okay, we can see that. State your needs, state your wants, your desires, state your capabilities. It's a give and a take with everything, with spirit, with your teachers, with the people that you are engaging in love relationships. Relationships are work and you must work at them. A lot of us, again, are having trouble in our relationships because we're not stating our needs. We aren't being upfront with that. We're not being direct with that. Now, yes, there are things that the more you are in relationship, in friendship, in love relationship, in sex relationship, in friendship, mentor relationship, whatever that's flavor relationship, family, the longer you are in relationship with someone, you will get to know quirks and things and these unwritten signals and signs. But also, you need to still be direct. A lot of that is learned because directness. And let me tell you what I like, what I don't like, what I need, what I don't need, especially because we are ever changing individuals. So get into it. Make sure you're stating what you need, what you want, what you desire. Make sure you are doing the same for others. Make sure you are doing the same for others. Make sure you are doing the same for others. Are you providing space for people to talk, to be free in themselves? Listen, some of us do that. We think we're doing that, but our energy speaks another thing. As someone who can communicate very clearly with my energy, sometimes so crisply that I don't even realize what I'm communicating. There has been times when I thought that I was being loving and free and open, but the energy that I was giving off was like, "Do not come over here." And when I look deeper into those situations, it's because I didn't feel safe in some way, some form or capacity. But sometimes what we think we're giving off, the energy that we're giving off, is not giving what it's giving. Sometimes we think we're being safe. Sometimes we think we're being open. Sometimes we think we're being a place for people to land, and it's not that. The Lover's card calls for balance. It calls for us really examining our relationships, our partnerships. And again, partnerships in all capacities. Spirit is really pushing me to say that there are those of us who are going through love relationships that we really need to look at that. As well as there are those of us who are manifesting love relationships that we need to look at that. Make sure that not only are we attending to like our desires, but we are really calling and addressing our needs, and be serious about that. Also, what are your needs? We also oftentimes think of our needs from the carnal or the financial or from the emotional perspective, but what are your needs mental health wise? There are a lot of us, baby. When I'm considering partnership, I have to consider the fact that I'm neurospicy. I'm not neurotypical. I'm not. I've got some things. I don't lead a typical life. Like, so I have to consider, can this person also meet my needs spiritually? Can they meet my needs mentally? In a intimate relationship with me, there are certain ways and certain intimate situations that I need to be handled if we want the situation to go smoothly. I know what these things are, and if I can get with someone who understands those things, then in an intimate situation where these instances come up, we can all work together to make sure I don't fucking melt down. Or if I do melt down, there's protocol in place. I gotta consider that, as well as, do we vibe romantically? Do we vibe sensually? Do we vibe sexually? So the Lover's card is about taking a thorough inventory. What we need, what we want, what we desire. Are we making space for other people to say those things and express that in honesty with us? Examining our business partnerships, our familiar relationships, and really like, do you got some? If it's not golden, if it ain't good, if y'all ain't working on towards growth, if this is not security, be done with it, honey, because village is key at this point in the game. The world is falling down. Your community, though, can live and thrive, and we can make it as communities. But, like, look at your community and the partnerships within them. If this is resonating, if you are relating, if this is giving something to you, let me see it. Let me get an amen. Can I get an amen in the comments, my loves? Can I get a hallelujah? Hallelujah. All right, let me check in with the comments and we're going to do some affirmation. Jen Miles said, full moon energy this month. Amen. Yes. The Spice Kitten said, oh my God, the LadySpeech eyebrow got me. You're amazing. Thank you. I appreciate you, baby. Ray the Tray said, literally, I thought the same this morning. Luck will be given at supper, but before you're ready to set up the table, remember to clean the dishes first. That's yes. That is right. Like, look, you gotta, if you luck, and people like have this thing of like, there are some people who are just so lucky. Now, I'm not gonna deny that. Like, from the spiritual perspective, I've seen some people's readings, and I've been like, you came here for a specific purpose, and there's a lot of luck that you were just born under some auspicious shit, and you got a real mission, and then you just got the juice and the luck. I'm not gonna deny that doesn't exist. It does. But also, I'm not gonna deny that that's not the only luck out there in the world. And that a lot of times the way you draw luck to you is walking towards it, is preparing for it. A lot of people try to manifest. I see their luck spells, and I'm like, they're like, I want to be lucky in love. I want to be lucky and so okay, let's say that I want to be lucky in love. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So the way you meet that halfway, you do your luck spell with love, but then the way you meet that halfway is do ask yourself if there's any healing. Do you have any brokenheartedness around love? So then like do your healing around love, and then also you fortify that by being open when you step outside, so you and making yourself available for love. If you do a luck spell for love but you stay in your house and you don't address the healing that you may have to do around love, and you don't address toxic traits you have in regards to relationships, that love luck spell ain't gonna fucking work. Luck is gonna look at you and be like, mm-mm, it's gonna pass you by. You gotta walk with that. You gotta walk towards that. Okay? Okay? Okay. All right. All right. I see some amens in the chat. Thank you, Melissa, for your $2 super chat. And please know I appreciate the $2, the $5, the $30, the $50, the $100, whatever you put down. I appreciate all of that. Okay? All of that. All right, let me check in with the comments a little bit more. Lots of OGs, lots of OGs. Okay, the Spice Kitten said, yes, the healing is magic. Ashley said, I got a lover's tapestry to use at my wedding, so I'm going to have to go back and see the whole reading. Yes, yes, yes. All right, good people. All right, now let's get into these affirmations. This affirmation says, my thoughts and opinions are valuable. This affirmation literally jumped out. My thoughts and opinions are valuable. Repeat after me. There's a couple of you who got some job shit that you're going to need to address some things at your job. There's some of you who are going to need to this week address some things with your family. There are some of you this week who are going to need to address some things in an organizational sense, like it's in the organization you volunteer for, or like within your friend group. And you need to stand in the fact that the opinion you have, unpopular or not, it is valuable. And when you are in the company and in a space where you are valued, your opinion will be valued. But even if it's not going to be valued, sometimes things need to be said. Sometimes you just need to bring the medicine. And the medicine exists in your thoughts and opinions. So repeat after me. My thoughts and opinions are valuable. 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 All right, my lovely ones, let's do another affirmation. This affirmation says, I respect my accomplishments and celebrate my successes. I respect my accomplishments and I celebrate my successes. I respect my accomplishments and I celebrate my successes. I respect my accomplishments and I celebrate my successes. I respect my accomplishments and I celebrate my successes. I respect my accomplishments and I celebrate my successes. Put some respect on your name. Put some respect on how far you've grown. Put some acknowledgement on your successes. A lot of y'all are really waiting for someone else to toot and beep your horns, and that's human. That's necessary. And there's nothing wrong with building a community around you that does that. But before you ask anybody else to do it for yourself. Sometimes you gotta toot beep your own horn. Sometimes you need to be the first person to celebrate yourself. It's okay to pat yourself on the back for your growth, for your emotional growth, your spiritual growth, your mental growth, your physical growth. It's okay to tap yourself and acknowledge, hey, I'm a different person. I've evolved, I've changed. It's okay to celebrate yourself for your accomplishments, graduating, getting a promotion, being sober, fighting an addiction. Sometimes you waiting for another person to clap for you and you ain't clapping for yourself. That's not selfish. That's not conceited. What it does is open portals. It open portals for other people to acknowledge. When you start putting a value to it, other people put a value to it. Do you understand why I ask? And I make sure that my Cash App, which is LadySpeech, my Venmo, which is LadySpeech Sankofa, my PayPal, which is LadySpeech Sankofa at gmail.com is mentioned because I value what I do. I know what I do. This isn't ego. There's nothing wrong with understanding your weight. Your weight as a spirit. There's nothing wrong with assigning weight to the hours you spent in study. There's nothing wrong to assigning weight to your accomplishments. The ego comes from thinking that no one else ain't got weight, thinking no one else isn't deserving of praise and honor, and taking up space in other people's shine when you shouldn't and when you don't need to. But you shining, you being amazing, you patting yourself, you better. You better get it together. Let me check in with these comments. Olivia said I've been called out. MK said learning that I'm allowed to celebrate my accomplishments and growth. That's right. You are absolutely allowed. Melissa said I work for my family. I'm looking for a job that aligns more with my values. So yes, job, family, both. Amen. Amen. Gal named Sarah said, I have to remind myself all the time that successes don't have to be huge and noticeable for others, to others, and I can celebrate myself. Exactly. Celebrate the small victories. Listen, if you're on a health journey, if you're on a weight loss journey, celebrate the non scale wins. And with everything in life, if you got a goal that you're going for, like, yeah, these big wins and milestones are something to celebrate, but also sometimes celebrating the little things is what gets you to the big things. Sometimes you set a goal, and once you start on that journey, you're like, oh, well, that's far away and stupid of me. But then once you get to these little goals and you celebrate them, those little things help you. Those little successes build on themselves, and they propel you forward to help you accomplish your goal and your dream. Do what needs to be done. All right. Next up, we're going to move into the Goddess Oracle deck, Beyond Illusion. It's time to see things and people for what it is. If you want to accomplish your goal, you need to see yourself. You need to see what's before you. There's no there's no point in sugarcoating things that don't need to be sugarcoated. There's no point in not looking at or avoiding the ugly or the intimate or the shadow work of things. Maya is about beyond illusion, getting to illusion, the veils being lifted, seeing things for as they are, not for what you want them to be. Do not see things as they are. As people reveal themselves to you, as situations reveal the truth of itself to you, trust it. Quit projecting goodness onto things that don't have goodness. And quit projecting badness onto things that don't have badness. We had the Lover's card that was about, earlier in the reading, that was about relationships. There are some of you who haven't moved forward and processed the situation, and you're judging people off of the situation that they're not that person anymore. And it's you who needs to heal and process and move forward so that you can see how things have shifted for them and how they've changed and grown and become better people. And some of you are that person who has been different in your other life. And there are people you are surrounded by who refuse to see your growth, who project an old version of you onto yourself. It is time to look beyond illusion. There are some of you who aren't seeing the reality of the situation before you and acting accordingly. You refuse to see the writing on the wall in regards to your job, in regards to your family, and that's not gonna serve you in the end. It's not gonna serve you in the end. See things as they are. This is the only way to get to success. This is the only way to heal. This is the only way to work. See things as they are, from the good, the bad, the ugly, and the problematic. See yourself as you are. Which means a lot that there's a few of you who got to take that in the opposite directions. There's a couple of you who aren't looking at where you're problematic, and not in this self-deprecating, allowing, being like, look at how I'm so messed up here, I deserve nothing. No, in a way where you can be like, no, I really need to work on that because I'm hurting innocent people, or I'm taking my anger out, or I'm engaging in some unhealthy things. And there's some of you who refuse to see how magnificent you are. And there are some of you who refuse to understand that there is a balance there. There are wonderful things about you, and the wickedness, or not the wickedness, but the fucked up things about you aren't gonna like completely cancel out the great things. There's things to work on, but you're also divine and beautiful and wonderful. Thank you, Alicia. I appreciate your super chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Beyond illusion, there's some of you who refuse to see you have some rose-colored glasses on in regards to your job situation, and you need to really understand what you're working with. Your job isn't loyal to you; it's loyal to its bottom line. So you need to understand your place in that situation and treat your loyalty accordingly. Why are you giving loyalty to company and places that don't have loyalty to you? I'm not telling you to go quit your job, but I'm telling you that a lot of you have some misplaced loyalty that you need to check. The Maya card is about looking at things as they are, seeing things as they are, not necessarily as you want them to be, and then acting accordingly so that you can manifest a better, brighter, and bigger future for yourself. We have Amaterasu Omikami. Thank you so much, C. Holt, for your super sticker, super chat. I appreciate you. We have Amaterasu Omikami, the sun goddess. And in this case, she brings a message of beauty. I'm going to switch gears a little bit. Do you know how beautiful you are? Yes, you. You. Do you know how beautiful you are? Physically. I mean that. I mean physically beautiful. Emotionally. Mentally. Spiritually. You're beautiful. Some of you had a very strong reaction to me saying that. A lot of you did. It's okay. There's something to heal there. Amaterasu Omikami reminds us that we all have beauty. And it's a reminder to behold your beauty. Beauty is not an absence of flaws. It's not an absence of flaws. It's not perfection. Beauty just is. It is boundless. It is limitless. It is vast, deep, amazingly deep. You are beautiful. You are beautiful. And some of you need to work on what you felt when I said that. You need to heal. You need to heal. Beauty just is. It's not an absence of flaws. It just is. Go do some healing around that. Some of you need to do some healing around how judgmental you are around other people's beauty. Some of you need to do some healing around when you see a fat person loving themselves, when you see a black person, a marginalized person, a queer person loving themselves. Some of you need to go work on that part of it. Some of you love yourselves, but then you get so judgmental when someone who steps outside of the beauty standards loves themselves so thoroughly and does something or wears something that they feel themselves and think is beautiful, and then you're like, I don't think that's beautiful. Well, okay. Beauty just is, though. Who cares if you don't like it? Somebody does. They do. Do some healing around that because they're beautiful. The people that you judge, they're really beautiful. You just don't see it. But just because you don't see it doesn't mean it's not there. There's someone in another part of the world doing something you're not doing. You can't see them. Just because you can't see them doesn't mean they're not there. Just because you can't see their person's beauty doesn't mean it's not there. Because beauty just is. It doesn't really need you. You just are beautiful. You actually didn't have to see that in order for it to be. You're beautiful without you seeing it. But Amaterasu Omikami says maybe you should look at it. Maybe you should appreciate it. Maybe you should look in the mirror and call it. Maybe you should open yourself up to how beautiful your spirit is, how beautiful your body is. I'm going to cry, and I'm going to share something intimate with you. I used to hate myself. I used to hate myself so much. And these tears that I'm crying is because that I am in a real place of loving myself and accepting myself. I used to hurt myself so bad. And I was taught by all of my abusers how to perfectly hurt me emotionally, physically, through perfected abuse, sexually, mentally, spiritually. I was groomed and perfected on how to hurt myself by all the people who hurt me. This body was a prison for a very long time. And I am black too, and feminine. So, not only what I experienced in my life, but society reinforced that I was not beautiful and I should be hated. And first and foremost, it was my duty and my job to hate myself first. So I don't say these things coming from a high horse. I fought for years to accept myself and to make this body a home and not a prison. And to truly be able to look at myself and think I'm beautiful. To know I'm beautiful. And it isn't based on anybody else's standards but my own. My modifications, everything that I do, the way that I live, is about enhancing what is naturally there and highlighting. You are beautiful. I mean that. And this society makes a lot of money for making you think you're not. There's a lot of people who profit off of every tear you shed thinking you're ugly. There's a lot of people who profit a lot when you look in the mirror and you absolutely loathe yourself. You're beautiful. Beauty just is. It needs no participation in order to just be. I love watching nature documentaries, and when we see places that, I'm never going to go and visit, I think I see these places, I'm like, oh my God, that's like breathtaking. And it's just like, that was breathtaking for thousands of years, for hundreds of years, without me seeing it. Beauty just is, guys. You don't need to qualify it. So unhook yourself from societal beauty standards. Unhook yourself from that foul, foul thing. And go on a journey to find your beauty and how you define it. And how it defines itself through you. And with you and all around you. And examine how you felt when I told you you were beautiful. Go in the mirror and tell yourself you're beautiful. Man, the first time I really did that on my self journey, like 20 years ago, I fucking bawled. The first year of me doing that, I could not look in the mirror and say that. I could not say those words. I was so broken down. I was so broken down. I was so abused. I just could not. It was so traumatic calling myself beautiful for a year. It wasn't just 6 months. It was a year. I could not handle it. And each time I did it and I broke down, I went deeper into my healing. I asked myself why. I looked at those, I revisited those experiences, those very painful experiences, and through many different modes and ways of healing. And I worked at it. And I love myself. And I think I'm beautiful. And it's not about my beauty being in comparison to anybody's or over anyone else's. It's never threatened by anyone else who looks a certain type of way, who has a different type of body than mine or a skin tone. There is no one comparable to me. And there is no one comparable to you. And that's the beauty of it all. When you look at a painting, some of my favorite paintings, I have a favorite part of it. But that favorite part of it is nothing without all the other parts. So when we come to a proper place with beauty, I love and think I'm beautiful, but I happen to think my friends are beautiful too. And one of my favorite things is when we are all seen together. And I happen to be in a friend group who we think each other is fucking gorgeous. We honestly think each other is like some of the most beautiful works of art we've ever seen. So when we go out, when you see us out together, you can tell the way we look at each other. The way I'm like, I look at my friends and I'm like, and then I can catch them looking at me sometimes like, and it is a very just honest, like, my God, you are wonderful. And when we are together, it just enhances each other, just like a garden. You might have your favorite flower in the garden, but that flower is actually enhanced and because of all the beautiful things around it. Amaterasu Omikami reminds us that we're beautiful. So you getting a word today, honey. I thought this was actually going to be an easier reading. But everybody just got checked right now. I haven't even looked at the comments, but I already know the energy of the comments. I haven't even been, I was just channeling that message. I could already feel the energy of the comments. Yeah, that was a gentle speaking. Did you know, as a dominatrix, sometimes you get the skibbity pap, and sometimes your skibbity pap be soft. Sometimes your skibbity, but it's still potent. Let me check these comments. Are y'all still alive? Olivia said it's gonna be a long journey, but it's gonna make it also worth it. That's right. I'm so glad. Tatum said, "I'm so glad I found your YouTube. Thank you for sharing so much of yourself. You're welcome." She said, "I carry you in my heart, Captain, lifting you up gladly so you can continue to teach and speak freely. You're a great communicator, and your vulnerability is breathtaking. Thank you so much. I appreciate you." Angelica said, "This is what I needed right on time. Thank you. I'm glad, honey. I think a lot of us needed this." Jenny said, "Your rawness and vulnerability is always so incredible. Thank you for sharing your journey towards self love." Thank you. Well, listen, I am a teacher I am a master teacher who, I does not think I'm better than you. Do I have an area of expertise? Do I have an area of things that I've been studying? Do I have some things that I just know? I do. But I'm also very much human. And number one, a lot of times with our teachers, we forget that they are having a human experience, and especially the good ones. So I always want to keep you all aware of the fact that I'm working through this as well. I get through these readings when I have readings. I just had a reading with my own Ogan a year ago that blew my damn socks off. Like, I still get read by the spirits. Like, this is a journey for me. And also, I cannot expect, when it comes to healing, I'm a healer first and foremost with everything that I do. And we ain't gonna do no type of real deep root work. Healing does not happen without vulnerability and realness. And I ask that if you, whether you're my client, whether you could be my client in the spiritual space or in the BDSM space, I require vulnerability. I require honesty because that's the only place we can work from if we're going to get some real work done. If we're going to do some real healing, if we're going to have real pleasure, if we're going to have real connection. How the hell can I ask y'all to do that unless I do that? And yeah, is vulnerability scary? Yes. Baby, I'm a public figure, so don't think the racists don't come for me. Don't think the homophobes, the transphobes don't come for me. Don't think the misogynistic, misogynoir folks don't come for me. Oh, they do. I've taken a little hiatus and a break just so I can attend to my safety because a few of my videos have gotten shown and gotten shared on conservative, on hate TikTok, on misogynistic, on incel TikTok, on incel YouTube, on incel YouTube. It's not a game out here in the street. So I do get that vulnerability can cost you. I do get that vulnerability opens up your soft spots. But none of you will doubt my gangster, nor my goddesshood, nor my kinghood. Ain't nobody in these streets gonna doubt my viciousness. So vulnerability doesn't mean I am any less, and being a vulnerable person doesn't make me any less of a leader. It doesn't make me any less of a warrior. It doesn't make me any less of a fierce individual. It enhances it to a greater degree, actually. So I appreciate those of you who are safe. What makes it worth it is the healing that I get from it, and what makes it worth it is the trust that I build with you all. And even though there are entities and beings that do come from me, um, the support I get, the love I receive, the way some of y'all hit me up in my DMs and even in the comments and speak to how, like, something I've said has helped you along your journey in a deeply profound way, far worth it. Far more worth it, honey. I will yield these machetes against all those who come against me, as long as I can keep being what I need to be for those of us who need it, and for as long as I can keep healing. So thank you. Thank y'all for y'all support. Thank you. All right. Whitney said this resonates with me. I'm working on patting myself on the back and stop brushing my accomplishments under the rug. Yes, amen to that. Ashley said, amen. Flaws are beautiful. In Japan, crackpots are put back together with gold just for this reason. Omikami. Yes. And I'm glad you brought that up, because when I learned about that practice, I was like, oh my God, that's the best thing ever. Anytime the world breaks me down, and I have come to a place where I let the world shatter me when it's going to shatter me. You're going to have moments and times in your life where the world and life events absolutely break you. So just let it happen. Stop fighting these moments. Stop fighting these moments when you are slammed against the ground and you are broken into pieces. It is what it is. And that's not going to be the last time that happens. Because this is life. But newsflash, you weren't supposed to be the thing you were born for the rest of your life. The name of the game is growth and change and evolution. And sometimes that happens very beautifully and smoothly. And sometimes it hurts. Lean into the breaking process. And then lean into being put back together a little bit differently. That process in Japan of repairing precious pieces with gold ends up creating a new piece that would not have been created and cannot be recreated. Lean into the putting back together process. Lean into being the differences and the sameness. Because is it the same cup? Yes. Is it a different cup at the same time? Yes. Both are true. Let's do some affirmations. This affirmation says, I will never give up on finding true love. Now, I want to invite you. A lot of you are going to think of this and just say, oh, this is about my partner. There are so many different types of love. Familial true love between you and a pet, true love between you and the earth, true love between you and your partners, true love between you and lovers. And true love doesn't necessarily mean you're around forever. It doesn't mean that you can have a true love and that relationship is 5 years and it doesn't diminish. So everyone can say this: true love with yourself. I want us to step out of the box and not just think romantically. And I want us to repeat after me. I will never give up on finding true love. I will never give up on finding true love. I will never give up on finding true love. Let's switch it up. I will never give up on being true love. I will never give up on being true love. I will never give up on being true love. I will never give up on being true love. Let's do another affirmation. Let's do another affirmation. This affirmation says, money comes to me in expected and unexpected ways. Money comes to me in expected and unexpected ways. Money comes to me in expected and unexpected ways. Money comes to me in expected and unexpected ways. Money comes to me in expected and unexpected ways. All right, pumpkins, let's continue with this reading. We're going to get into the Seasons of the Witch Beltane deck. Once again, I want to thank everybody for their super chats and super stickers, triggers. Trick or treat. Oh, super stickers. But also, the collection plate is as follows: the Cash App, Lady Speech, the Venmo, Lady Speech Sankofa, the PayPal, Lady Speech Sankofa at gmail.com. Always feel free to show your appreciation and your financial reciprocity for my labor. Thank you so much, Naomi, for your beautiful super sticker, super chat. All right, my loves, getting into the seasons of the witch, the Samhain edition. Wildcat, number 44. Be still and tune in, for there is something afoot lurking alongside you. We have the Wildcat card, the lioness, the lion with a. It could be a lioness because there has been a few cases of lionesses growing manes. But this is the lion card, the wildcat card. This is about protection being around you because you got somebody around you that means you're no good. Okay. This could be digitally, this could be at your job, it could be at you the place that you go to work, which is your job. I don't know why I said that two different ways. It could be at your spiritual organization. It could just be randomly at the gas station. At the, you go to the grocery store and some person sees you and they just don't like you and they just make your time at the grocery store hell. I don't know. But this is a reminder that you need to look alive. You need to keep your spidey senses afloat and afoot, honey. You need to make sure you're looking around. You need to make sure you trust. If you got some spidey tingling feelings around somebody, you need to trust that. If you meet someone and you're like, I don't know about that, but well, you need to trust that. If you've been feeling some kind of way about someone, and this week you start still you the next week or whatever, the next couple weeks, you just watch that, and y'all need to be up on your protection magic. Okay, you need to at least once a week. I don't know what you're doing. At least once a week to once a day for some of you, depending on what your situation is. But if it's not a dire situation, at least once a week you need to be working a protection magic spell. Keep them up. Refresh your wards on your house, on your car, digitally. You know what I'm saying? Protect yourself because not every don't you be out here in these streets thinking everybody who follow you. A lot of y'all covet follows and likes, not knowing that there's a lot of people who liking your stuff, who are giving you a digital like, but they serving you all kind of negative energy. I'm very aware that there's more than a few of you who hate watch me. I'm very aware that the scammers watch me on a regular basis in order to try to scam from me, or they scam in my name. So up your protection magic, because something foul is afoot in these streets. We have the morning dew. What stillness does the silence of one's steadiness bring? This reminds us to get quiet, to be still, to meditate. This reminds us, don't move. You're in the right place in the right time. Spirit's going to tell you when to move and how to move. Right now, you need to stand still. And a lot that sometimes when we come to points in our lives or in our spiritualities or in our paths where we're called to just stand still for a second, not move. And sometimes we get restless. We live in societies that are like, go, 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 go. Especially when you're influenced by a capitalist society. If you ain't doing something, if you ain't moving, if you ain't hustling, if you ain't working, are you really productive? Sometimes you have to stop and stand still. It's like with cooking. If you've ever tasted a good gumbo, a good stew, a good soup, it's oftentimes better the next day. Like it's a good soup that day, but when you taste it the next day, you're like, ooh, it just is more complex, the depth of flavor. That's because everything had time to marinate. Everything had time to marry. Everything had time to get it together. When you're cooking meat, we're using cooking references today. When you're cooking meat, especially if you cook it in the oven or if you're frying it, what you want to do is after you're done cooking it, what you need to let it do. You need to let it rest. Keep them juices in. If you want a juicy piece of meat, if you cut it right away, it's gonna just dry out. What happens when you bake a cake? Do you eat the cake? No, what you gotta let it do? You gotta let it rest. Quit trying to rush everything. Quit trying to rush your spiritual growth. Quit trying to rush everything. Just stop it. Slow down. There's times in your path where you do a lot of growing, you do a lot of learning, you do a lot of uh, mixing, you do a lot of work. There's a lot of movement, and then you need to let it rest. That's it. And that bothers a lot of us because we live in a slave-based capitalistic economy, which demands you to go, go, go in the name of somebody else's wallet all the time. Break out of that. Rest yourself. And when Spirit, the Creator, tells you to move, then act accordingly and move your ass. But sometimes Spirit is very clearly telling you to sit down, and you just probably should do that. We're going to do some affirmations. This affirmation says, I choose to honor my highest intention. Repeat after me. I choose to honor my highest intention. 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 Let's do another affirmation. Let's do another affirmation. This affirmation says, I love abundance and prosperity, and I attract it naturally. I love abundance and prosperity, and I attract it naturally. I love abundance and prosperity, and I attract it naturally. I love abundance and prosperity, and I attract it naturally. I love abundance and prosperity, and I attract it naturally. I love abundance and prosperity, and I attract it naturally. All right, good people, last cards of the reading. Again, I want to thank everybody for your super chats. I want to thank everybody for your support and your time and attention. I want to thank everybody for being so respectful and cordial in the comments. I want to thank you for taking care of each other, for taking care of me. I want to thank you for just being here and showing up today. I appreciate you. Again, for the month of July, this is the 9:09 a.m. schedule. So 9:09 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is when I'm going to be coming at you with these readings on Sundays. As we move into August, that's going to move to 10:10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Once again, that Cash App is LadySpeech, the Venmo LadySpeech Sankofa, and the PayPal LadySpeech Sankofa at gmail.com. Let's get into these cards. First and foremost, we have the Traveler. It's time to move something, baby. Some of you need to travel. We're now in the Angels and Ancestors deck. Some of you need to move. There are some of you who need to physically move within your city. Some of you need to move to another country. Some of you need to move to another state. Some of you need to travel within your minds. Some of you need to take a road trip. You don't necessarily need to move, but you need to take a road trip. You need to take a road trip. Some of you need to travel within your mind. And no, I'm not talking about doing drugs. I am not talking about that at all. I'm talking about spiritually, mentally. I'm talking about via meditation, via prayer. I'm talking about the expanding of your mind in regards to your thought process. I'm talking about expanding your mind in regards to some of the things that you think. Inward travel. Going inside and exploring yourself, and exploring your spirit, exploring your wants, exploring your desires. It's time to travel. It's time to travel. Yes, it is. For some of you, you need to take some trips to see some people. For spiritual reasons, for closure reasons, for healing reasons. For some of you, you need to take some trips to see the earth. Because Mother Earth wants to speak to you and has messages for you in different places. Some of you need to travel to release something. Some of you need to travel to retrieve something, both literally and or figuratively. Some of you need to switch that physical location so you can go to a different place spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. It's time to travel. And lastly, the Lord. Lord. Take charge and authority. They've got a wooden staff and antler crown. This is that divine father energy. This is that not in a misogynistic, misogynoir filled way, not in a way that is about oppression. This card is about taking charge of your life, taking charge of your goals. What do you want? What do you desire? Not allowing yourself to be ruled by society or your family. Stepping into your path and your purpose. Taking charge of your desires, of what you want this life to ultimately look like and be like. What do you need to happen? Stepping in front of your life, being the leader. Not living a life where you're reacting to everything, but living a life where life reacts to you. It is time to take authority. It's time to step up. It's time to take leadership. You can't control other people, but you can control yourself. When I say God is king, it is not because I rule over any of you. It is because I rule over myself. I rule the ground that I stand on. Now, am I a leader? Yes. Are there people who choose to trust my leadership and follow me spiritually, politically? Yes. Do I take that job very serious? Oh, yes. But before I can be a leader, I must be king of myself. It is time to stand in your power. Take charge of your life. What do you want? What do you need to look like? What do you need it to look like? Personally, I'm very unhappy with what I see on a societal level. Can I change the world around me? I mean, technically, no, I'm just one person. Can I change my world? Yes. Can I use my world to help to create a world I'd like to see? Yes. Is my immediate world around me a lot more like I'd like to see the world? Yeah. I don't try to rule over any of you. I rule over myself. And if the things that I say are good, and you choose to follow me, I will do the best I can. Take charge of your life. Take charge of your life. Take charge of your goals. Take charge of your dreams. You don't gotta be oppressive. You don't gotta be an asshole. Leadership and power don't mean you are a booty butt to people. You don't gotta be a douche. You really don't. You can be pleasant and loving and kind and firm. You can be no nonsense and very nurturing. You can be good. You can be good. One step, one moment at a time. Understanding what your goals are, making sure that you're making goals that are attainable. Thinking globally but acting locally. Understanding that what you do have control and influence over, and doing your best to be a good person in that space where you have control and influence over. Continuing to pursue your healing, because taking charge also means taking control of and taking charge of where you're problematic. People think being a leader is not about being checked. And a good leader gets checked. A good leader has counsel. Honey, my friend group and the people that I allow in my life are able to say the things to me that are unpleasant, and not nice. Uh, they can call me out in ways that none of you can, because y'all really don't know me intimately. There are ways y'all can call me out, but there's also things about me you can't call me out about because we don't have that type of relationship. There are people who do have that type of relationship with me, from elders to peers, and I trust them. A good leader has people who they I have elders, I have people who can check me on certain things. And because I live in the way that I live, and I strive to be the best person I can be, I don't get checked often. But because I am imperfect, I do have to get checked from time to time. And I'm in a community that does it lovingly. Being a good leader and taking control and charge means understanding where you're problematic. Understanding that sometimes you're the problem, not somebody else. You. It's you, it's your energy, it's your behavior, it's the choices you made. And taking charge of that means healing it, addressing it so that this is not bleeding over into other people, apologizing when it has bled over into other people and affected them in a negative way, and taking responsibility. And taking steps to make sure that doesn't happen again to the best of your ability. It's time to stand up in your power and take charge. It is time to vet everyone that you follow, making sure that they have counsel, they have that they keep, that they have people that they commune with, that they are accountable. Yeah, it's time to take charge of your goals, your dreams, your wants, and desires. That card energy, I've been feeling that. After I get off of this with you, I'm really gonna sit down. I need to tweak my morning routine, and there's a few things that I need to adjust that I'd like to see shifted in my world. My love, my love, my life is a beautiful life, and I appreciate everything I have, and I'm living wonderfully. And there's also some things I'd like shifted, in regards to health, in regards to a few things, and those things are within my power. It really just is about me getting organized in my thoughts around it. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Retweaking a few things in my life, looking at my morning routine, looking at my eating habits, a few things. I'm taking control because it's up to me. If I want to see a different outcome, well, then I can do something about it. All right, my dears, my sugar honey dumplings, sugar honey dumplings. Let me know in the comments if this reading has resonated with you. We're going to do some affirmations. I don't want to take up all your time, although Sundays I do take up a good amount of your time. I appreciate those of you who rock with me from the gate. Y'all be here. Y'all stay for the reading, and I appreciate that. So, this affirmation says, I am grateful now, and that is keeping the door open for more blessings. Repeat after me. I am grateful now, and that is keeping the door open for more blessings. I am grateful now, and that is keeping the door open for more blessings. I am grateful now, and that is keeping the door open for more blessings. I am grateful now, and that is keeping the door open for more blessings. We have another affirmation, another affirmation. Oh, this is perfect. This is a quote by Maya Angelou, and it says, all great achievements require time. Repeat after me. All great achievements require time. 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 Cash App LadySpeech, Venmo LadySpeech, Sankofa, PayPal LadySpeech, Sankofa at gmail.com. I want to thank you all so very much for your time, for your attention. That's valuable currency, and y'all are absolutely spending that with me. So thank you. I want to thank my OGs for taking care of each other in the comments, for teaching the newbies how to be. Thank you guys for supporting each other. There are times when y'all be asking questions and I may not have the answer. Or I might have the answer, but y'all get to it before me and I don't have to address it because y'all have taken care of it. So thank you for taking care of each other. Thank you for being so gracious and so beautiful. Thank you to everyone who has put something in that super chat tip jar, who has hit me with a super sticker. I appreciate those of you who can give the $10, the $15, the $20, the 30, the 40. There's a few of you who every once in a while hit me up with the 100. And I also appreciate y'all who are like, I got a dollar. I'm on a fixed income. There's one of you who like there's one of you, I'm not gonna mention no names. If you wanna out yourself, you can out yourself. But there's one of you who altered your smoking habits. You calculated the cost of a pack of cigarettes and you smoke less and give me on a monthly basis your cigarette money. You be like, I want a fixed income, but here it is cigarette money. I smoke one pack less and I give you that. That means the world to me. That means the world to me. So just thank you for showing any reciprocity and like showing the fact that you value my labor. Thank you guys for commenting on my videos, for watching my videos all the way through, for sharing them. That helps me pop up in the algorithm and just helps me. For those of you who cannot afford to support your favorite creators, financially, share their work, watch their videos all the way through, like the videos, put them on in the background when you're just doing mindless things. Comment on their videos and their content because that pushes them up the algorithm. All right. So I thank you guys so very much. Let me check in with these comments. Then I'm gonna let you guys go, you beautiful people. The Spice Kitten said, "For real, this comment section is amazing, and I love y'all. Yeah, y'all be giving it. I'm not even gonna attempt that name, but it's an NEC. We love you so much. Sending eternal divine protection to you and your loved ones. I thank you, and I really do be feeling it when y'all be feeling that, sending me that protective energy. Thank you, thank you." Alicia said this reading was 1,000% on point. I'm so happy. I am so happy. Ashley said, I'm thinking of smoking less, maybe acupuncture again. Yes, follow your heart, follow your heart, follow your heart. Follow your heart. Ashley said, I support your ethical stance on so many spiritual things, Captain. I truly think you are an inspiration and a leader. Thank you. Thank you, my loves. Let's see. Just grouped a gal named Sarah said, just booked a trip to see my grandparents and aunt in Utah. Who knows what it'll bring because we've never agreed on much, but I want to show them love and get out of my home for a bit. Yes. And do your protective energy around that situation. Do your prayerful energy around that so that situation can give you what you need but not traumatize you. Angelica said, Oop, I've been called out. I've been trying to rush my own growth. Let me sit down somewhere. We all get impatient in our growth. I love it. Spirit sometimes be like, if you don't shut your ass down and be quiet and enjoy yourself, Spirit will sit your behind down. It will every damn time. And on that note, it is such a pleasure coming to you for these Sunday service, soul food, and spiritual tea sessions. It is my pleasure to offer you this daily word, okay? I am pretty much taking a break off of social media. For the most part, not really posting that much. I'm every now and then I'm checking out my personal Facebook. I'm definitely doing what I need to do on YouTube. I'm really honed in here, but I'm just doing some revamping, and I'm also gearing up so I can do the Twitch things with y'all, so I can do the Patreon with y'all, so I can just diversify, and also so I can really hammer these Instagram folks and get my following back and hopefully minimize the people who are scamming on that account. So no, I'm not on Instagram. So yeah, August, I'm gonna ride that Leo energy that we're moving into. I'm gonna ride that. Leo is always such a great time for me. I love some Leos. I adore Leos so much. And have such a good time. So I get a lot of things done in the Leo season. Lots of fun things always happen for me. So I'm excited to launch some things in the Leo season for y'all. And on that note, I'm gonna let you guys go. I don't want to take up all your time, just a little bit of your time. I love you. I love you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your support. And I will see you, God, Goddess, and Universe willing, in the next video. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you, and bye bye, my loves. I'll see you later.